Alright, let's talk about something that's been bubbling up in Charleston's art scene. These new and reimagined art spaces that are popping up. Now, I've been keeping an eye on this, and what's really fascinating is how these spaces aren't just galleries. They're becoming hubs for community, experimentation, and a whole new way of experiencing art. It's not just about hanging paintings on walls anymore. It's about creating a dialogue, fostering connections, and pushing boundaries. So let's dive in. First up, there's Allegory Art Collective. What makes this place stand out to me is its focus on uplifting artists. Not just showcasing their work, but guiding them through the entire exhibition process. Personally, I think this is huge. Emerging artists often struggle with the business side of art, and having a space that supports them from concept to execution. That's a game changer. What's more, Allegory isn't tied to a specific region or style. They're all about newness and freshness, which means you're likely to see something here that you wouldn't find in a traditional downtown gallery. Take their current exhibition, The Art of Craft. It's a celebration of global craft traditions, from backstrap weaving to wild silk tapestries. What this really suggests is that art isn't just about the final piece. It's about the intentional artistry behind it. And that's a perspective I find incredibly refreshing. Now, let's talk about art on the Square Gallery. This one's interesting because it's a cooperative, run by the artists themselves. What many people don't realize is how rare this model is, especially in a community-focused space. It's not just about selling art. It's about building relationships. When you visit, you're not just browsing, you're meeting the creators. From my perspective, this adds a layer of intimacy to the experience. It's like you're stepping into the artist's world, not just a gallery. And the fact that they've expanded to include 3D art, recycled materials, and more, that shows a commitment to diversity in artistry that's hard to ignore. Then there's Drummond Studio Gallery, which has quickly become more than just an exhibition space. Arun Drummond, the founder, has this vision of blending art, culture, and community, and it's working. What makes this really interesting is how they're bringing art into everyday spaces, like partnering with Odd Duck Market for quarterly exhibitions. If you take a step back and think about it, this is about breaking down barriers. Not everyone feels comfortable walking into a traditional gallery, but a market? That's accessible. It's smart and it's inclusive. Plus, their one-night-only shows with music, poetry, and sound baths? That's not just art. That's an experience. And in today's world, experiences are what people crave. Finally, there's the Mary Martin Gallery of Fine Art, which has been reimagined under new leadership. What immediately stands out is their focus on making art collecting personal and approachable. They're not just selling art. They're creating a destination where people can discover artists and have meaningful experiences. In my opinion, this is where the future of galleries is headed. It's not enough to just display art. You have to engage people, educate them, and make them feel welcome. Their partnership with the Blair Center for the Arts for Classes? That's a brilliant move. It's about building a community around art, not just selling it. So what's the bigger picture here? These spaces aren't just adding to Charleston's art scene. They're redefining it. They're challenging the traditional gallery model, prioritizing community, and making art more accessible. Personally, I think this is a trend we're going to see more of, not just in Charleston but globally. Art isn't just for the elite or the established. It's for everyone. And these spaces are proving that. So, if you're in Charleston or anywhere really, keep an eye out for these kinds of places. They're not just galleries, they're movements. And that, my friends, is what makes this so exciting. What do you think? Are these the kinds of art spaces you'd want to see in your city? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear your thoughts.